I was watching another creator on this app. Apparently, he'd listened to a portion of the audio of the oral arguments in front of the Supreme Court regarding Donald Trump's claim of total presidential immunity. And he seemed pretty frustrated. I think a lot of people who listened to it seemed frustrated. But this creator said something very compelling. He said, "We can no longer trust the institutions of this country to save us, that we must save ourselves." And what he was talking about there was, in terms of saving ourselves, that means in November during the election, we vote every one of these motherfuckers out. And I think that's a good tact. Now, that may be a little more fatalistic than I would look at it, but who's to say he's not right? And let's hope he's not right. But it got me thinking about the Supreme Court and how we should look at them. At this point in time, with all that we've seen, I think we can all agree that the Supreme Court is a detriment to this country and democracy. With the criminality, the corruption, and the bias, they are certainly a detriment to everything this country stands for. But if they come back and they give Donald Trump complete immunity and every president henceforth complete immunity, that changes the dynamic here a little bit. It goes from being a detriment to attacking the very core of this country, democracy, and everything it stands for. The Supreme Court is, in fact, attacking the core beliefs in this country. And if that happens, and that's the case, we have to take that in mind. And we have to save ourselves in the November election by getting rid of all the Republicans, but even more so, once we have the power in the Senate, the House, and in the presidency, we've got to get on the Supreme Court and figure out some way to fix it. I don't even know how you can do it. Do you want to impeach all of them? Do you want to add 10 more people? I don't know what the fuck you do. But if they give Donald Trump immunity in this situation, that is an attack on this country. That's a much bigger thing than what we're dealing with now, and we have to address that if that happens. Now, in my heart, I know that they can't possibly give him immunity. But this creator, another creator, makes good points. We've seen some pretty fucked up shit at this point, so who really knows? All bets are off. But we've got to take note of this. What the Supreme Court does in this situation should determine what we do when we finally get the power back in January when Biden is inaugurated. This is serious shit. Without a legitimate Supreme Court, we do not have a democracy. It's one thing for them to be detrimental, but when they get to the point where they're attacking the core beliefs of this country, that's time to fight, and fight back hard.